you.
What Speaking Freedom does online is provide general information for the culture to use to advance and improve. What we do privately is help individualize it for your needs and benefits. Grow with us.
We are kings, we are gods, but how you get them to believe it when they don't believe in anything? We're gonna save some lives in this lifetime. We haven't church in a while. Like God's doctor in the streets, the Holy Ghost used me to set them free. If love is the new religion, the hate is sinning, we stay winning. Just handling God's business, we ain't tripping. No bread to be dipping.
Cause we're speaking freedom, giving you the answers to be free.
We use the client to develop, to grow, and to bring out the best in themselves. We are simply a tool to help you learn how to make better decisions. Not just one decision, not just today, but for the rest of your life. Encouraging each person through each trial and tribulation.
Good Head Group, Love Gang and Speaking Freedom are not here to cause any physical uproar, but we do desire to awaken your soul to dream and help influence the culture with the change you believe in without belittling any person's belief. We look forward to leaving a lasting impression on the world with one act of random kindness a day. We can't wait to witness your greatness flourish before our eyes. Thank you for sharing our world. Our political stance is one that is ever growing as we navigate through our journey of manifesting purpose. Thank you for accompanying us as we accompany you. In love, we trust.
Really, I think any hope of trying to cultivate a serious relationship with Russia had evaporated.
Many Russian journalists who've investigated the Kremlin have been murdered. And I'm wondering, what was the experience of you and your team as you spent years looking into this? Were you followed, bugged, threatened?
Yeah, we have just the greatest admiration.
So as I listened to the impeachment hearing on the radio, and as I hear everything that's going on in the world outside of the United States, outside of those places that are considered safe or safe havens for people or travel destinations, when I hear that Ukraine and Russia are at war with each other, when I hear about what goes on in Libya and other countries in Africa and in Israel, all of these places, even when I think about the way Asia and China and some of the places that are more strict operate, I see such a great need for what Speaking Freedom offers and has and brings to the table as far as allowing people to really develop in a better way. I don't want to say better, in a more evolved way that allows love to play the keynote in everything that goes on earth. Like when I say Speaking Freedom global, I'm thinking Speaking Freedom because global is a need. Love globally is not like something that, it just sounds cool to say because I want marketing and numbers and, to get paid a certain way. When I think about Speaking Freedom global, specifically, I think about bringing peace to lands that have only known war, that have only known poverty, that have only known less than and adversity. I think about Speaking Freedom being a light to so many countries and so many places, to where it's a need-based concept that I'm delivering. It's a need-based aspect that is really needed everywhere. And although there are hiccups and struggles and things that go on along the way, the call to action to love more, to enjoy life more, to focus on family more, to helping the world more in general is such a real thing to me. And it makes me feel some type of way about continuing to pursue what I'm doing, kind of without money or price, just so that I will have the leverage of being unbiased. I'm not for one aspect or the other. I'm not for the left wing or the right wing. I'm not for the Republican or the Democrat. I am an American. However, I'm for love more than I am anything else. So the goal and the nature of what I do is to bring more peace, love, and God into the world in general. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the only way it seems that renders the most trust, the most admiration, the most longevity, the most authenticity is being unbuyable. I don't know if the goal is supposed to be political. I know that there was one time that I wanted to get into politics because I like just that nature of the thinking process. I understand it. I like the nature of understanding the world that's around me and how to help it progress, go forward in such a way that would improve the United States and the relationships that we build with any other country. It's crazy because it sounds so outlandish, yet it's so simple, for real. Like, it seems strange because most people want to be bought, they want to be paid, and the only thing that I want to do is be a vessel so that people can grow and evolve and become better people in general, more than anything else. Like, it's cool, everything, all that other stuff is cool. It's good to have all these things and all this money and all that, and one way or another, I believe that God will allow what's for me to make its way to me. However, the focus is so much bigger, and it's so geared towards a specific way of doing things, a specific route in which you can help the world and make sure that your integrity stays intact, so that you will never be a part of something like what I hear going on in this impeachment hearing, where people are saying, well, you was trying to get favors based on, and for me, that's why I'm like, I never ask for favors, for real. I never, try to make it be like I need something from somebody because I got, what I'm saying? Like, I want to be involved because of the involvement that I have. I'm not saying I want to be involved for something that I'm not doing. Like, it's the shit that I got going on is, what I'm saying, a lot. So involvement is happening regardless. Now, the way in which I'm involved is a whole other story. But the point that I am making is that the way that God is allowing me, that my circumstances have made available to me, in order for me to be able to push the love movement, in order to be able to use Speaking Freedom, Good Head Group, and Love Gang as a vehicle of change, in order for me to be able to integrate what I am, who I am, into what I do, and allow my children to be a part of it too. I can really say that it feels like this is the way that it was supposed to happen. It feels like I was meant to do it this way. It's not really stringent upon me. Like, the goal and the purpose is to spread love. The goal and the purpose is to go into every nation of people and to spread love and to teach them love and to teach them and to show them and to be a vessel for them. And I don't know what other countries are dealing with internally. I don't know the history, but most histories come from a brutal history, a brutal past. And when you think of all of these nations and all of these countries who have been savages and brutal and brute and just unworldly to each other, and finding its way to peace and democracy, there is a great need of healing throughout the world. There's a great need of understanding your soul better throughout the world. It doesn't matter the nation, the country, or whatever that we are speaking of. Everybody has a soul. Everybody needs to be healed from whatever trauma they've experienced in their particular life. Everybody needs to know that they have a purpose and be able to be assisted into finding that purpose, as well as being able to connect with each other and to come together as a unit so that each country can be better. Each nation, each city, each town, each proverb or suburb or, whatever we have that we're dealing with from one sea to the other sea. We need to, as speaking freedom, when I say we are at a point to where we understand that it's a lot of work to be done. And although it may not seem at this time that a lot of stuff is happening and underway, I understand my purpose more just listening to this impeachment hearing, because it is showing me the things that are going on that mimic the things that are going on in every other industry and everything is fashioned after each other. And you have to begin to address the issues so that it's a domino effect. So, okay, we help fix this place in this area, and then we teach others how to apply it. We help fix this place in this area, and where the other thing from the first area or from the first place may have seemed like it was cool, it may give a room for something else to be fixed. And each time we not only move forward and we fix in another area in another place, but we're also checking for that area to be fixed in the places that we've already visited. We're always evaluating, reevaluating, and calculating just what it is that we are helping with, and making sure that what we are doing is being very effective, and that a way is being made for peace, for solitude, for solidarity, for oneness amongst all people on the earth. And I believe that is the narrative of the kingdom of God being at hand, because it's a lot of places outside of America that's struggling worse than America, and we only understand what's going on here because for the most part that's all that we're covered, is what's going on here. However, I am sure that, like here, the media covers mostly the negative more than the positive, or the way that they shine a light on certain things is a certain way, and it gives you a certain understanding or a certain narrative on what's going on. Like when we was in Iraq, it wasn't as bad as the news and media made it seem to be, although it did, it was not like all roses for everybody. But what I'm saying is there are people everywhere that seek to bring peace, love, and harmony in every country, in every land. And the goal right now is just to be able to reach out and interact with the people that are already there, and seeing how we can help to be a vessel to that land to bring more peace, harmony, and still be unpurchasable. That's not saying that somebody couldn't fly me somewhere and foot the bill for me to come and be present somewhere. But even that, in order for me to be as effective as I want to be in my eyes, then that means that God would have to provide a way for me to travel, that God would have to provide a way for me to go into all the lands and eat and be merry and help people and kick the dust off of my feet. If man, and while I'm saying this, all I can think about is Matthew 10, where it specifically talks about you will not need nothing. You will go places and basically the people will take care of you as I send you. And when I send you and the people take care of you and the things work in your favor and the provision is there, then you will know. And if you go somewhere and they reject you, then they reject me, and you kick the dust off your feet and you keep on going, and you do as much as possible, because sometimes planting the seed is more than not doing anything at all. And even if a seed falls on, let's say when I run my my seeder to put the grass seeds down, when I do it by the sidewalk, it hit them cracks in the sidewalk, and even though it's on the rock, on the concrete, once it get in between that where the concrete cracks, then that seed is still going to take root, and that seed is still going to produce fruit. And the fruit that I'm talking about is the grass. And so even with that, that's how the roads got in the concrete in the first place, because the seed was put on the on stone, and then that stone got a little crack in it and allowed that seed to be planted. So the goal is to be planting the seed more than it is to be forcing a change. You can plant seeds all day without having to force a change, and you'll see a great result. Okay, so I am watching the impeachment trial. It has not been going on for long, but oh, let me hurry up. So I'm cooking, making me a salad with some crab meat, and I am about to cook some shrimp, because I like shrimp on my salad. So I'm watching the impeachment hearing. I just started watching it. So the person that's the prosecutor, he was a little mumbled. But okay, so I don't really have nothing to say yet, because I ain't really seen much yet, and they ain't really said much yet. But the part that I'm watching, where he just was playing the video about he was playing the video of people talking about impeaching Donald Trump. This is the thing. As a person that served in the military, I have learned that when people don't want you around, well, not just in the military, just in general, really, but it was more evident in the military, that when people don't want you around, you got to make sure that you protect yourself. These are things that people taught me in the military, because a lot of times, personally, I am kind of too smart for my own good sometimes. So, what was that? So, instead of knowing how to shut up and not push the limits, I often speak up, and I have something to say when something needs to be said. So, in Iraq, they was trying to give me an Article 15. It's like a disciplinary action. Because my cousin, when we got to Iraq, we were not the first people there. We were like the third or fourth installment of soldiers that was in Iraq. So we did have to build our own base up. We was the first set of people or second group of people in the area that we was in. Like, they had already set up shop on one side, and then we got there and set up shop on the other side. But So before I went, my family had me a little going away party. And during this going away party, one of my cousins who was a sergeant, I believe, in the military, she had just came back from Iraq. And she's like, listen, they setting people up. This what they're doing. They gonna make you crash, or they'll blow up a bridge or make you try to crash, and then they'll attack the whole convoy if you get stuck behind, if you're not paying attention and you get stuck behind another vehicle. So be sure that if you see an IED or they try to trap you, that you are aware and able to make the decision to go around. So I was like, shit, when we got to the brief a couple of days before the convoy, I'm telling them what my cousin told me. I'm like, look, my cousin was just here. So my cousin told me that this is how you're supposed to handle if your convoy get attacked. Man, them people was mad. They was 38 hot with me because I was like, if we get attacked, I'm not waiting. I'm not getting caught. I'm driving the fuck off like my cousin told me. Child, these niggas that went and told me, they said that I was wrong, but then come to find out, I was motherfucking right. So they went and told me to get me in trouble, and it comes back that I didn't say nothing wrong. I told them exactly what the commander should have told them in the briefing. Instead of getting caught, you go around so that they can't kill everybody. If one car stopped because it's an IED or it's an accident or anything, if everybody else go around, then whoever the rover trucks are will be able to help whoever got stopped. They did not like that shit. They were so upset with me. They tried to get me a goddamn Article 15 and get me sent out. And then when they realized that I didn't say nothing that was wrong, that I said exactly the way shit is supposed to be, they had to apologize. Well, they didn't really apologize, but they was looking dumb as fuck because I didn't say nothing wrong. And then, but when that happened, I learned a valuable lesson. People that don't like you and would love to see something bad happen, they will watch you and wait for you to do some fucked up shit so that they can be like, see, I told you. Now, if they write about you, then shit, they did, they told you. But if they are wrong about you, then, you know what I'm saying, your goal has to be to not give people a reason. Not give people a reason or room to have something negative to say about you and it be true. Like, people can say negative shit all the time. So if they just saying negative shit, then that's one thing. But if you end up being exactly what they said that came off as just negative at first, then you're like a prophecy fulfilled. You are fulfilling what they're saying that they see within you. So when I'm looking at this, and he just played that video of them saying, hey, we gonna do this. We gonna get Donald Trump out of office. That means that Trump should have did his shit. Whatever he was gonna do, he was supposed to tighten up shit and make that shit work so good to where there was nothing that could be said, done, or anything that would make you seem like you wasn't who you said they was versus versus who you called yourself to be. If you say that you good and you ain't doing shit wrong, then you gotta walk by that in order for you to not let them be proven right. Because based on the verbiage, based on the understanding, based on the whole narrative push, you can either make somebody right or you can make somebody wrong. Like, if I'm ever wrong about a person, I have no problem saying, you know what, I'm wrong. Maybe that's not what it is, or maybe that's not what I thought, and I apologize because I'm wrong, and you know what I'm saying, I'll do better. However, this is the part right here. If you really turn out to be everything that I thought, I was gonna put it in the microwave, but I'm just gonna make this shit do what it do real quick. This gonna be a lot. I really wasn't even trying to do this. That crab meat was specifically supposed to be on my salad. And then I was supposed to be able to have some shrimp that I can put on my salad also when I do the crab legs. Now it's all there together, so I'm gonna let it simmer and do what it do while I finish talking to you. So, you know, if you, like, if a person can identify your character, uses discernment, let's use your favorite word. If a person has discernment and say, you know what, my discernment is telling me something is off. Who's wrong if their discernment is right? Not the person with discernment. The person with discernment is trying to warn you that something is wrong. But if the person with discernment is off and what they saying is not, you know, what it really is, then that's one thing. But if they saying it and everything that they said turns out to be what it is, and you was really reckless, then you put yourself in a bad position, because they was already telling you they was looking for a reason to get you out. Your job is not to give them a reason. Now, this goes on every which way, form, or fashion you could think of. It is not just for me watching this impeachment trial. This is period. It's like it's a different type of standard. It's almost like when Barack was in office, he knew they was looking for a reason to have something to say. So, and this is the thing. He really might be a good-hearted dude, just, you know what I'm saying, a real good dude, just for real, at the core of it all. But if he ain't a solid dude like that, he gotta be solid now, because all eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? If all eyes is on you, then you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it look like something, or else you gonna give people a reason to say I told you so. And unless they is right, and you don't have to do nothing. It's not like you gotta, you know what I'm saying, do something extra if that's really who you are, if you really solid. But if you're not solid, that's where you get caught up at, because you be trying to act like you're solid when you're not solid. Then when you're not solid shit show up, then you be looking like boo-boo the fool, because your ass proved that you are really not solid. So the lesson for today, be solid or stay out the way.
I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live what I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all inside of me is sexuality.
Thank you for joining Speaking Freedom as we continue to assist you with your daily growth and intuitive wisdom. Loving is a lifestyle and we love to love. Inspiration is how we fuel faith. Please join us daily for your inspiration and motivation.
We have the entire world to offer you at your fingertips. Your life enhancement coaching specialist. Thank you for choosing us to assist you in accomplishing your personal and professional goals. And have a beautiful day. In love, we trust. This is brought to you by Good Head Group, Love Gang, and Speaking Freedom. We thank God for you, and we love you.